with my man Terrance Moore, talking about our youth. And I asked Terrance if he would do it over again, a do-over for high school, and he was giving me some words of wisdom. High school and life together, because Terrance has been through a lot, came out stronger because of what happened, what life events he had. So I just was asking him about his high school. What would you do different? What would you do different if you would do anything different?
Uh, pay more attention to my teachers, and I wouldn't have been easily influenced, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Sometimes peer pressure is strong. I did the
Yeah,
same thing. I did dumb things in high school.
yeah,
I wish I didn't do.
and the thing about peer pressure, it don't come off as peer pressure. You know what I mean? It just come off, oh, I'm doing this because my friends is doing it. But it's all under the same umbrella. If that makes any sense. But yeah, I would definitely do a few things different in high school if I had the chance to. Focus a little more on my academics, well, way more on my academics and what them teachers is telling me, and kind of keeping the friend thing as more of a after school activity and weekends. But like I was saying earlier, like my life, I wouldn't do nothing different. I wouldn't do nothing different with my life on the strength of
That's who you are because of your life.
it made me who I was. You know, some things way heavier than others, but it's all underneath the same umbrella as being heavy. You know, from losing my mother to my biological father a year later to homicide, and
You had a tough year that one year. There was three or four.
2017 I lost six people in
Six people.
2017.
Yeah, I remember talking to you about that.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing about it, the couple of people who got locked up for taking my family members' life, they beat the cases.
They beat it.
Yeah, they beat the cases. And, a few of them are out in the streets, and it's like I forgive them. At first, I didn't. You know, when that's just like if somebody hitting your child, you're not gonna forgive that person right then and right there because it's fresh. But with life being what it is, you have to forgive people in order for you're not doing it just for that person, but you're doing it for you, because if you don't, it'll weigh on you.
You're right. That's
That grief it'll weigh on you.
it'll eat you
It'll
out.
eat you up. It'll eat you up. You know, for like 6 or 7 months in 2017, I didn't know if I was coming or going down. I didn't, like, like I was so paranoid, and like I slept with a bulletproof vest on. That's how traumatized I was. If that makes any sense.
I remember that day. You wanted to kill that guy.
Yeah,
You were ready to kill that guy.
yeah. I thank God I didn't know. My kids don't deserve that.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know.
glad you didn't do it.
But the universe has a funny way of evening things out. You know.
How about since you started at Plains? How many years you been here now?
It'll be 11 years next year,
11 years.
August 17th.
I remember you come in. I'm not being mean. You come in, you were a young kid, smart ass punk. Did you think you were like that? Thinking you knew everything?
Now, the age I am now, I know I was like that, and it wasn't the right thing to be, but
That's all you knew.
that's but that's called being selfish. A person that thinks they know everything is a selfish person. You're selfish to yourself because you think you know everything, so it kind of puts a stop to continue learning, if that makes any sense.
I look at you. You're a person that grew. I mean, you're a fine young man. I just watched you grow from that young person to what you are today. And I use you as an example for a lot of people. I tell them because you work hard, you show up for work, you listen to us. Like you said, you had some issues with your teachers growing up, but you wish you would have listened to them. But now that you're working in a work environment, you listen to your bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Because someone has to be. In fact, you're a boss on the job. You
Yeah.
run the job. You need people to listen to you, right?
Yeah.
How do you pull the team together? How do you get your team to work for you?
I just by me being in the field with them, I know what kind of frustrations and obstacles that we're dealing with. So I just figure out a better way of dealing with the obstacles as a team versus just sending them out there and I'm laying back. Nah.
You're a hands-on.
Yeah,
You're a hands-on
exactly.
leader.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably why the guys work so good with you.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not just it's work. We get out there and do a beautiful job every time we get out there, but we have fun doing it. So it ain't like it's just, you got some jobs. Some people can go to work for 2 years straight. Oh my God, I hate this job. And woo woo woo. Not me. I mean, I have my bad days where I just be like, I'm not feeling planes today, but I still get in here and give my whole 100%. Every day is not gonna be perfect. Just like my father tells me all the time. Some days it's gonna be chicken. Some days it's gonna be feathers. The days that it's feathers, you just gotta keep on going. It'll be chicken again. But
use those feathers, make a pillow, and go to sleep.
Yeah, but being here though has provided Christmas and birthdays and
I haven't seen your kids for a while. You haven't brought them over for a while.
I just had them this past weekend, but it was raining and stuff, and I didn't work, so we were just in the house just eating and watching movies and stuff. But I'm gonna get them up here right before cookies is over with because they came and helped me last year with cookies, and they've been looking forward to that.
Make sure you tell me you're coming up. I want to see them.
I'll make sure I do that.
I have pictures when they were real little.
Yeah, but more on a serious note, like this job is like if I wasn't here between me and you, Don, and to whoever's listening, whoever ears this fall on, if I wasn't here, Don, I'd probably be locked up, man, or another statistic. And
you really think that?
Yeah, because you got to think
glad
about
you're
it.
here.
You got to think about it, Don. I came in right at 20 years old, so that's like, you grown. I can kind of do what I want to do without my mama saying something or my father saying something. But had I not came in when I was still ignorant minded, if that makes any sense, I wouldn't be where I'm at, man. Like this job is really, for a better choice of words, it saved my life, man, and saved my kids' life. Like if I wasn't working, I wouldn't know, if I was locked up, if I got locked up at 20 years old instead of working at 20 years old, and I had to do 10 years, I would only have one child. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know my son. I wouldn't know my other daughter. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I love it. You know what I mean? I love, getting up, going to work, and coming home and paying bills with a check that I physically worked for.
That you earned.
Like I'm no saint. I done sold weed, marijuana. And I didn't have nothing to show for it, no. Like, some shoes, clothes. That's misdemeanor. I mean, that's nothing compared to me for sure bringing home a check that's going to pay the rent this month. Like, I feel comfortable with signing a 1-year lease on an apartment or signing a 3-year lease on a car because I know I have a check coming every week or every 2 weeks.
From working.
From working. Efforts. I don't have to worry about, if I go get this apartment just because my phone's ringing right now for whatever drug I got at the time. I mean, things change in the midst of a matter of moments, Like, majority of the people I lost in 2017 was drug related.
The drugs killed them or put them in jail.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I appreciate you sharing I can tell you speak from the heart. That's why I like talking to you. I love when you come into new hires, when you talk to the new orientation.
Yeah, just feel
you don't even have a script. You just speak from the heart. You just speak.
Because I can kind of, we all can relate to them because we all done been their age before.
Yeah.
So it's kind of more of like when you got a group of kids and you have done some of the same stuff that they have done on a more negative tip, they tend to relate to you better and understand
Yeah.
you better. Like, okay, you done the same things that I'm doing now, and now look where you at. It kind of gives them hope versus somebody who don't know them. Hey, it's going to get better. How can you tell that person it's going to get better if you haven't been in their shoes or in their shoes currently? It kind of hits different when it's somebody who literally has done.
You experienced.
Yeah,
What-
experience has been my best teacher.
Yep.
Been my best teacher.
Well, thanks again for sharing.
Oh, anytime, Don.
All right, buddy. See you.
All right.